Barstool Sports. Titus, Brandon Walker, Mostly Sports.
Welcome to Mostly Sports. I am Mark Titus. That is Brandon Walker. It is Monday, February 19th. We are live in Chicago. And what do you want to talk about, Brandon?
All right. The NBA had its All-Star festivities.
Correct. Yep.
Yesterday. And for years, we've had diminishing returns on the NBA All-Star festivities. And for years, we've had a growing chorus of people saying, this is getting bad. This is getting ridiculous. I think yesterday was the boiling point. Yesterday was the worst. I think now we've reached a point where we're either going to have to fix it or just not do it. Because maybe just give the players a 1 week break in the middle of the season, whatever. I'm not one that usually jumps on the NBA. I'm not one that usually, because I love the league. I love betting the league. I love watching the league. I love everything about the league. It's the one league in sports everybody gets excited to tell you how bad it is. Mm-hmm. Everybody gets excited to tell you how much they don't like it. Everybody gets excited to tell you lies, like they don't play defense anymore, they don't do this, they don't do that. But that All-Star game was a fucking abomination.
Yeah.
Also, you're not Mark Titus. I don't believe that you're Mark Titus.
I do have to come forward and confess that is true. I am not Mark Titus. For anybody listening at home who is maybe not watching the show, this is not Mark Titus.
Who's not watching the show? Everybody watches the show.
For the podcast listeners, maybe, if they're not.
We do really well on the podcast.
Yeah. And I
Why do we do so well on the podcast?
I don't know. I think the show is great in the visual medium, but at the same time, it does translate very nicely to the podcast. So for anybody listening to the podcast, this is not Mark Titus. In fact, it's Connor Griffin. The jig is up. It's me. And Mark is sick today, and we want to wish him the best of luck in recovering.
Well, I got to ask a question.
What's up?
4 people in this room. Is anybody sniffing kizzy on Mark Titus being sick on a holiday? Who's
no.
sniffing kizzy on this?
No kizzy detected on my part. TJ?
Mondays, am I right?
He did tell us Friday, I think I'm getting sick.
Friday, he was
But that's
bad.
what you would say on Friday if you planned to miss Monday, right? You would say, I think I'm pre-sick.
Yeah.
And that way we think the sickness hits on Saturday or Sunday and then Monday, so he's not here.
For my benefit, I hope that he's lying because I'm sitting in his very seat and I'm putting myself in harm's way. There might be germs all over this table, all over this chair.
He last sat in it 4 days ago.
I don't know how germs work, bro. But we wish him the best of luck. We wish him the best of luck. Rest up.
I don't know how germs work, bro. That's what you just said to me?
Bro, don't press me about germs.
Don't press me. Ebo's back. Can we talk about Ebo being back?
Yeah, until you said the germs thing. I don't think the germs are going to stay active on there for 4 days.
I know. That was just me kind of messing around. That was just joshing. Ebo?
Yeah, it's good to be back.
You look a little bit tan.
That's a great compliment.
Yeah.
A little bit tan, that is an absolutely wonderful compliment.
Not, overwhelmingly tan.
Yeah, Brandon said I looked awful when I walked in.
No.
So
I don't think you look
I think you look a little bad. I'm sorry. I don't think it's an insult. I think you look a little haggard.
I think you just generally think I look bad.
No, I think you're a decent-looking guy, but I think you walked into here today looking like you had been worn out a little bit. Like you just you just look tired.
Feeling a bit relaxed, actually. Got a nice massage at one point.
You can't possibly
sit out in the sand, sip on some daiquiris, sip on some peanut.
You can't think you look good right now.
I feel great. Look at this. It's President's Day, and I got the JMU National Champions shirt on.
On camera, he does look good. It is like no, he looks better than he usually does.
TJ, can you back me up here? He looks terrible.
I love my boys, dude. I'm not gonna shit on Ebo for your amusement.
It's like in person when you're up close with somebody, if they just got like a bunch of makeup done, if they're in like a studio show or something, you could tell.
What are you talking about?
I'm saying you could tell.
Who's got makeup done?
I'm not. Listen, Brandon, you could tell in those scenarios that they have a lot of makeup on, but then when it's on TV, they look totally normal. Ebo looks a little bit redder here, but it translates very nicely to the television.
Usually I feel like I look very whited out on that screen, and I don't feel that way today.
He does not look like that today. So kudos to Ebo. Again, we stand up for our boys on this show.
Let's just hijack the show, Connor.
He has bags under his eyes.
Oh, okay.
I always have bags under
No,
my
you
eyes.
don't.
Yes, I do.
You never have bags under your eyes.
Almost always.
For the record, put this on the record, Brandon.
Okay, all right. Hold on. You can't just walk into the show, into that seat, just throwing things on the record in the first 8 minutes.
I wanted to address up front. I don't think this is going to last the whole show. I do feel very, very weird not being on the couch. And I imagine Brandon is ultimately going to kick me out of here at some point. So
Do we have the record?
I don't know. He has like this imaginary record.
Who has the record?
I have
Who
the
has
record.
I think he climbed up on a hill and wrote it on like
What's
two
on the
big
record?
pieces of rock.
a bunch of different stuff. Bunch of stuff related to my music interests, a bunch of stuff related to Star Wars, a bunch of stuff related to my random sports takes.
Wait, is that your record or the show's record?
That's my personal record.
I thought the show had a record.
No.
We've gone on the record many times on the show. You haven't kept it? What was the thing that you beat me to the record about?
Oh, the waste management.
Yeah, waste management.
I told y'all 2 days before I was going to enter on the record, and you jumped me on the record.
Yeah, jumped you on the record.
That take did very well on social, by the way, unlike another take that you had last week. But let's get back to the NBA All-Star Game. And just
Are you hosting this show?
I'm in Titus's role. I have to. For now. Eventually, I'll move back to the couch. But for now, let's just get through a segment together. We'll see how it goes, and we could kind of play it by ear from there. So, you said that the All-Star Weekend was dead last night.
I think last night was the biggest evidence that it is, in fact, dead. And the dunk contest itself. We'll get to the dunk contest in a minute. But I think the NBA is facing an actual serious problem where the things going on inside the NBA, whether it's load management and the fact they had to institute a rule to make players play, whether it's an all-star game where the players technically show up on the court but absolutely have no interest in being there, have no desire to be there, have no desire to look like they're playing a game of basketball. I think ultimately it comes back to the fact that from an outside looking in, it doesn't look like NBA players and coaches and teams really value the people that watch NBA games.
I would agree with
And
that.
whenever there's a chance for the NBA players to preserve themselves in the name of money, which is smart business, they will do it 100% of the time. Whenever there's a chance to go above and beyond and entertain the fans, they will not do that. And is that smart business? Yeah, maybe. But at the end of the day, it's an entertainment product. It is a product put on TV so that people will watch and enjoy their day. And I don't know a human being alive that could have enjoyed what we saw last night. There was a time, and I'm not one of these basketball guys that says, "Oh, back in my day they played defense." They play defense in the NBA. In regular season games, they play defense, and the quality of the game today is as good as it's ever been. However, growing up, and even up until like 10 years ago, when they showed up to an all-star game, yeah, it was more relaxed, and there would be 2.5, maybe 3 quarters of just going out there and either trying to bomb threes or throwing alley-oops, trying to show off. It has turned into just nobody even attempts to pretend to play defense. Used to, you would have 20 free throws in an all-star game because you'd at least get fouled or something. You'd get to the three-point line. If you went in there, somebody's sticking a hand up. Now, if you go in there, they just step aside and let you get layups. Like threes and dunks. That would be entertaining. Threes and layups are not. Where the Karl Anthony Towns scored 50, I don't think he shot past 3 feet.
Yeah. I remember, I think I was maybe 10 at the time. It was when 1998 Kobe was playing Michael Jordan, and that All-Star game.
You were not. Hold on. Timeout.
I was trying to figure out how old Mark would have been in that moment. I was not alive in 1998.
You don't have to be Mark the whole time.
I was not alive in 1998, but I did see a video yesterday. It popped up on my TikTok of Michael Jordan playing Kobe in the All-Star game back in 1998, and it was night and day compared to what we saw last night. And it was just a reminder, yeah. Although I think with the All-Star game, you say it died, or All-Star weekend died last night with the All-Star game. I think at least with the All-Star game itself, the lack of defense is offset by the fact that you do see stuff that you would never see in a regular game. People pulling up from half court, draining shots. Tyrese Halliburton.
Lucas shot a shot from 85 feet.
Which was pretty funny. I get it if you're a critic.
Why did you made him
Luka
fun?
was just memeing last night. Like
Luka
he did
was
like
like-
off the backboard reverse. He tried to like do the thing with Jokic where they didn't touch the
Yeah.
ground.
Yeah.
He said it was a 2-for-1, I think, the 85 footer that
Yeah.
he because
Luka might have been the worst offender last night.
yeah.
Like Luka, I don't
He's
know
not a
what
good
Luka
defender
was doing.
in any night of the league. Like he's just not a good defender.
No, I said worst offender.
Oh, I thought you said worst defender.
Offender. Worst offender of.
Well, you see where we might have got a bit confused because you took a one word from sports and combined it with another word with sports that mean two different things.
Yeah.
You took offense and merged it with defender, and then you made it offender, which isn't a word.
Listen, Brandon, one thing you'll learn as you move farther along in your media career is that pronunciation is a very big thing.
You just made up a position. The offender?
But I think All-Star Weekend officially died Saturday. I think that's what you should be more
It could have been
upset
saved
about.
by a good All-Star game.
I doubt it. Because
Okay. Explain.
you know coming into the All-Star game that they're not going to take it seriously. They're not going to be competing on defense. They're not going to be at each other's throats. It's a very friendly, lackadaisical game.
Yeah.
We know that. The dunk contest does have the chance of being very, very good, as we saw with Aaron Gordon, Zach LaVine, Aaron Gordon a couple years ago. That was the most pathetic dunk contest that I have seen. And Jaylen Brown, I give him credit for being in it. That actually made it worse because it showed, oh, yeah, even if we do get an elite player in this thing,
Right.
it's still going to suck.
So 6 years ago, we were jumping over 8-foot mascots. We were jumping over Shaquille O'Neal. We're jumping over Taco Fall. Now we're jumping over a 5'6" streamer who's sitting down.
Yes.
That's what we're doing.
And then pretending that you had your arm and your elbow.
Kai Cenat. Now, was Kai Cenat a character on Star Wars?
No, but it would be a pretty good name. I'm trying to think, if there's anything that would be close to it. I mean, I guess Kylo, but no. He was not in there. Maybe someday. But I think Jaylen Brown had one of the most laughable performances that I've seen in a dunk contest. It was bad. It was
He
really
got to the
bad.
finals, didn't he?
It was the most Mickey Mouse run to the finals that I have ever seen in a dunk contest. I know I'm throwing out a lot of hyperboles right now. It was Mickey Mouse. The judges were horrendous.
Why are you hollering?
Because I was mad. You called it. You said the other day around like 10:30 Saturday night, there's going to be a bunch of people online mad about the dunk contest. I was one of those people.
Yeah. No. Correct. Here's the thing about the dunk contest. Isn't it possible we've just seen all the dunks?
I don't think so.
What can a human being do with a basketball now that we haven't seen?
Get lowered from the rafters on a cord and dunk like that. Do you think?
3 options. Front flip. Can somebody do a front flip dunk? Can somebody run up, flip, and dunk? Now we got a winner. Can somebody dunk with their feet? If you turned upside down in a backflip and dunk with your feet, I think I'm giving you a 50.
I have a suggestion. What if somebody dunked with their left hand, but before they dunked with their left hand, they put a glove on as if they were Michael Jackson, and then they did a dunk with their left hand? That would be awesome. We should see that one. That was one of Jaylen Brown's dunks on Saturday night.
Was that the same dunk where he, like, I don't want to say it was sympathy grifting, but he did a memoriam dunk?
Oh, no, that wasn't the same one. That was crazy. That was unreal.
That was crazy.
He had a very mid dunk,
Yeah.
but he did it as a tribute to I feel terrible because I don't know. I can't remember who it was, who he was eulogizing, but he had the jersey of the guy and the LED court. They put out an image of this guy in the paint with, his birthday and his death date, and it was like this very emotional moment.
Yeah.
But then you sit back and you look at the dunk and you're like, yeah, that wasn't that great. But that was, I think, what got him. No, that's not what got him to the finals.
Didn't they have a dunk?
That was in the finals.
Wasn't there a dunk that just didn't get broadcast on TV?
It was Jaylen Brown.
First
Yeah.
dunk, yeah.
His first one was not shown because they were in the middle of showing, I think, Dominique Wilkins.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, the crowd goes mild. And you're like, wait, did something just happen? And sure enough, they just didn't show the dunk.
Is it possible that the host city just wasn't good? I mean, in all 50 states, it's just basketball, correct?
Yeah.
Titus, I believe that's what the saying is. In America, it's just basketball.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
And that is from coast to coast, nationwide. There is no difference once you get inside a state.
as a diehard Hoosier, I'm going to move past
You're
that.
you're from Philadelphia.
I'm going back and forth between whether or not I should be Titus
You're from
or not.
Philadelphia. You don't know what county you're from, and
No,
sometimes,
no.
and sometimes you're from
No.
South Carolina.
Let's set the record straight.
You don't know what county you're from. Sometimes you're from South
Could
Carolina.
I tell my abbreviated life story right now?
Yeah. Start with
I stop it.
What?
No. That's not what I'm talking about.
start with
At the very beginning. At the very beginning, Connor.
start with the very start of it.
No. I grew up in the we're not going to there. I grew up in the quote unquote
What time of year was it? When was your birthday?
December.
Oh, springtime.
I grew up in the quote unquote Philly suburbs, about 40 minutes north of the city.
I don't care.
And then in high school, I lived in South Carolina, in Charleston. So that's why I go back and forth. But even when I was in the Philly suburbs, and I put quotes around it because it's a little bit farther out, the only time I really went into the city was for sporting events. That's all. So that's why I don't know counties. And I also never drove in Philly.
Okay, all right.
I just want to clear that up.
Can we address some bullshit? I didn't watch the dunk
Better than
contest.
anybody I know.
But I didn't watch the dunk contest. But I did see people online
I'm going to be honest. I didn't either.
reminiscing about how cool they're like. This is what the dunk contest used to be, and it was like the video of Blake Griffin jumping over the Kia.
That sucks.
When that happened, everyone like shit on him because they brought out that fucking Kia, and we were all like, "No way he's about to jump over this fucking Kia, right?"
Yeah.
And then he didn't. He jumped over the hood of the Kia, and we all thought it was like
Jumped over the headlights.
yeah, like it was a good dunk, but it was also like not what we wanted. But like romanticizing that is crazy.
Yeah,
At
that.
least it had showmanship and stuff. But
That's
like,
the thing.
So
in the moment, that was like clown.
So it was that sucked in the moment.
Yeah.
Dwight Howard and the Superman duck kind of sucked. In the moment we got caught up, but then you realize he didn't dunk it at all. But the dunk contest has fought this fight for years and years. They didn't have a dunk contest in 98, 99. Kobe won at 97. It just went away. They were like, dunk contest is dead. It's over. There's no reason to keep doing this. And then they brought it back for Vince in 2000, and it had new life. And then it's just kind of been on life support every year that Aaron Gordon hasn't been in it.
Mm-hmm.
I like your idea.
What? Okay,
Oh,
yes.
Yeah, lay this out.
Let's think about this. Major League Baseball has the home run derby. And whenever there's a dunk contest, you have about 2 million people on Twitter that want to tell you how much better the home run derby is, even though the home run derby also kind of sucks. They both kind of suck.
They've
okay?
tampered with that, too, to the point where
The
it's
home
not
run
as
derby,
enjoyable.
once you've seen the 40th guy back gone, like, okay, get it. They're hitting home runs. So here, how about this? Every February, NBA All-Star Weekend, they have a home run derby. And every July, MLB players have a dunk contest.
Think about it. Yeah, who would be the best baseball player?
I mean, Aaron Judge can certainly throw down, right? Aaron Judge, and there's been years, like back in the early 90s when we had dunk contests featuring everybody, like Ken Griffey Jr. was in it, Barry Bonds was in it.
Mm-hmm.
Like there were baseball players that could fucking throw down.
Yeah.
I think baseball players would be a lot better dunking than basketball players would be hitting home runs. In fact, name 3 basketball players you think could hit a home run. I think
LeBron James.
Westbrook probably could. No, LeBron's too.
LeBron could do
I
anything.
don't think he's got a good swing. So he's going to be too long.
Donovan
It's
Mitchell,
gonna be awkward.
100%.
Donovan Mitchell. I think Dame maybe too. You got to be.
I mean, they're all big. Like Steph Curry's like 6'3". Like he could definitely hit one. Like he can swing a golf club.
Yeah, you think of the short basketball player, the short point guard. He's 6'3", 195, 205, like perfect center field size. But I think Westbrook, I think Dame, and I think Donovan Mitchell's a good one too.
Mm-hmm. I feel like we're definitely missing a player that
Actually did it.
maybe not necessarily did it, but who played baseball at a high level that we're just forgetting. I don't know.
There's a lot more baseball-football crossover than
Yeah.
baseball-basketball. Football-basketball is a lot of crossover. Football-baseball is a lot of crossover. But baseball and basketball don't mix as much.
Mm-hmm. Did you ever win a home run derby?
No. See, I was a contact hitter up until I was about 19 or 20, and then I'm already out of high school. I didn't have a lot of power. I was too skinny. But in the 2005-2006 West Point, Mississippi Adult Baseball League, which was capped at 70 miles an hour. Anything over that was a ball. In the 70-mile-an-hour league, I did hit 4 home runs one year. So
That's not bad.
not bad, hell. I mean, that's pretty damn good. I hit one off of Hebron Christian School, Sam Pearson. I hit one off of him.
Okay.
I hit one off of Will somebody, and then I hit one off of Mossy Oak. Mossy Oak was pretty good. I hit one off of him. Line shot straight out of center field. Just, beautiful, beautiful.
What, like the brand
what?
Masio
Yeah.
is a person?
No, it was a team.
Okay.
And
You're
they
saying
had
a
a
pitcher on the team. They had a
pitcher on the
Okay,
team.
Yeah.
Okay.
Uh-huh.
I didn't know. I know you have a long athletic
I think he
background.
played at Ole Miss, but it didn't matter because you could only throw 70 miles an hour. Anything over 70 miles an hour was a ball.
Were they clocking it? Like how did that work?
They had a radar gun.
And then they would check the
They
radar.
weren't guessing.
They would check the radar after
Yeah.
every pitch
Yeah.
and say,
If
okay,
it was,
that's good.
if it was over 70, it's an illegal pitch.
Interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Very, very interesting.
I hit 3.
Wait.
I hit 3.
I thought you said you hit 4.
Oh, I did hit 4. I hit 1 in the preseason.
This is
Sorry.
This is as loose of a story as you could possibly imagine. Flimsy.
Sitting over here, Brandon wants to kill Connor.
I'm trying to get
I'd like to talk to you for a second.
Yeah, go ahead.
So nobody worked as hard as you did in
Mhm.
football season.
Mhm.
I think it's clear if anybody at this company needed a break, and you went ahead and scheduled your vacation right after the Super Bowl, went
Mhm.
straight to Mexico. Dan Katz didn't even go straight to Mexico. He had a day and a half where he had to do a free throw stream. But are you feeling better?
Yeah, and I
rested?
appreciate you reaching out the other day to offer to pay for it. And I really wish I could thank Mark, actually, because before you did that, he actually did pay for the entire vacation. So I really appreciate Mark for sending me on that vacation, getting a nice R&R that I needed.
R&R.
But yeah, it was great. It was great. You should go on vacation, Brandon. You should go to Mexico.
I need a break.
Yeah, what was the best part? What was your biggest learning experience from your time in Mexico?
Sorry,
broaden your
biggest
horizons.
learning experience.
broaden his
Fucking
horizons.
Vacation.
I would say this. I think we need to do a mostly sports conference because there was a conference down there of people
Like
just
a convention.
Yeah, a convention of people just bullshitting.
Oh.
Like we go down there, we do say it's for business.
All right. Well, let's talk through Mostly Con.
Yeah,
Where would Mostly Con be?
probably in Mexico, at a hotel in Mexico.
You just want to go back to Mexico.
Yeah, I mean that's why they did it there. There was guys that had their laptop out at the bar at like 9 a.m. Like you're not fucking working. So we go down there for a networking event, and then we expense it. I think that's how it works.
It's not bad.
Can I shout out a group online? I never do this, but do y'all know there's a Reddit / Mostly Sports?
I would imagine.
And it's like very, very good and pleasant and likable and family.
The most heads.
Like they all get along. They all like the show. You know, a lot of Reddits just hate whatever show they're talking about. There's some good people in there.
Yeah.
Shout out to Mostly Sports Reddit.
The family.
If you haven't joined it, go join it. But not if you're going to be a dick about it.
On the topic of conventions.
Oh, I'm sorry. Was that boring you?
No. I just thought we gave them their proper credit and we gave them a shout out, and I had something to build off of with the conventions.
Go.
Actually, I take it back. I'm not going to build off of it. I got news the other day about a convention that is not so great for Brandon. Actually, I'll share it. Why not?
What are you doing?
I have a buddy who used to work here. He was in Memphis, and there was something Mississippi State going on because there were a bunch of Mississippi State people at his hotel.
Uh-huh.
And he mentioned how he used to work here, and they said, "Oh yeah, we love Barstool." And he found out that they were Mississippi State people, or knew that they were Mississippi State people. He said, "Well, do you guys know Brandon Walker?" They did not. Moving on. I wanna talk about. They did not know. They did not know who you were. So I just said I wasn't gonna bring it up, but I figured that was a funny story I heard over the weekend that
Can I get a timeout?
Ty, are you talking to the judge?
Yeah.
You and TJ.
TJ.
Yeah.
Can I get a 30?
Yeah.
Let me go to the scores desk here. He dropped that story and he led into it as if it were adding on to Ebo's convention theory.
because I think it was for a convention.
Right.
Hey, Do I have time or do I have
You have
time?
time.
I'm in my own huddle right now.
Time.
TJ, I don't think that had anything to do with convention at all. I think he just I just think he wanted to drop that story. And what do you think?
I'll allow it.
Is the timeout done?
Damn, you wasted a timeout on that, dude.
I fucking wasted the time.
The boys on the Mostly Sports Reddit are gonna cook you on Monday morning quarterback.
We're still in the first half. I'm wasting time.
I mean, that was probably your use it or lose it one, right?
Yeah.
yeah, I had one to.
Yeah.
You know, I love you, Brandon. I just thought that was a funny story because I do think it was
Yeah, there are probably Mississippi State fans in this world that don't know who I am.
I thought that was your whole thing. Is that like Starkville? Didn't you say at one point that? Or no, I might be thinking of Mintz. I might be thinking of Mintz. Everybody.
He
knows
said
he's
100%
Oxford.
of.
Okay,
Yeah.
that's my bad. I take the story back. Forget I even said it.
You can't take that story back. What are you doing?
I'm checking out a clip.
Yeah, he's checking out a clip.
I'm just looking at a clip, dude.
I'm trying to do whatever I can to get kicked off of this desk. I think is
If you don't want to be on the desk, you don't have to be on the desk.
I want to get through at least. Did we get through everything with All-Star Weekend?
Yeah, we're done with All Star.
That's just fired their coach.
Who
The Nets.
Really?
Jock Vaughn out.
is Mark Titus out?
Titus out.
Titus out.
Out indefinitely. Mononucleosis.
Oh,
Did he? So just to update people, Titus is out. He had what his words were: flaming gonorrhea. Mark Titus has flaming gonorrhea. Now I don't know how flaming it is, but he said until he gets his gonorrhea in check, he will not be able to be back.
is gonorrhea? Oh, God.
That's
Gonorrhea is a
I'm
Mexican.
Whoa. Is gonorrhea in its nature flaming? Is that kind of redundant?
I've never had gonorrhea. I'm not Mark Titus. Mark Titus has gonorrhea to the point where it's just taken over his life. That's why he's not here today, and I need everybody to know that. In fact, if you want to DM Titus or tweet at him and say, hey, how's your flaming gonorrhea, you may do that.
yeah.
I am now only hearing gonorrhea to the tone of the song My Maria.
Gonorrhea? Okay, all right.
I was thinking the song from Mamma. I think it's literally called Mamma Mia. Gonorrhea, here we go again, like that one. That's what I thought you were gonna say.
What if I told you didn't have to put a song to gonorrhea? You could just say the
Well,
word.
Ebo's got me riffing now. He had me thinking about
Wasted away again in
Gonorrhea.
gonorrhea.
it. Oh, that one's tough. We'll work with it. We'll make a playlist maybe.
Where does My
Hey,
Maria?
We're gonna make a gonorrhea playlist.
Songs to gonorrhea.
For anybody who's dealing with the struggle, maybe.
Yeah.
Hey, gonorrhea.
There's a lot.
There we go.
Gonorrhea rhymes with everything.
Yeah.
What were you saying?
I was gonna say, do you have you don't really know much about 90s country? Do you have a Brooks and Dunn ranking? Because I mean,
I've never been a huge Brooks and Dunn guy, although I do think Neon Moon is the number one country song of the 90s. But gonorrhea's way up. Hard Working Man's way up there. My Maria's way up there.
can I build off what you just said there?
Yeah.
I think Neon Moon is the only song they did like the relaunch album that is
Yeah.
better on the relaunch album than it is the original.
Is that when they? What does that mean?
Casey Musgraves covered it and they like sang backup on it.
Yeah.
And I think that is better than the original.
It's not.
I think it is.
It's the original is perfect. It's perfection.
It's a good song. I love that song, but I like Casey Musgraves' version more.
Is it me or is his headphones not on his ears?
This one's off because I was listening to a clip.
Okay.
Now it's back.
All right.
You'd rather it cover my eyes though, wouldn't it?
You just look bad today, huh? Yeah. What are you doing? Why don't you put
Well,
a pen at me?
I was going to point out while the dunk contest was a shit show,
yeah.
the All-Star game was a shit show. Steph Curry versus Sabrina.
Whatever.
yesterday-
One more thing before we move to Steph Curry and
Yeah.
Sabrina. Mac McClung's just a two-time slam dunk contest winner, and he doesn't play in the NBA.
Yeah.
Does this bother nobody? I feel like you should. It was cute once. Okay, a little white kid. Yay. He's not in the NBA.
He blew his load way too early on Saturday. And he had his best dunk in the first round, and then after
he
that, it was
nutted
kinda-
on the court.
Yeah, imagine that.
Why
in
did you
LED.
tap?
That
don't know.
would be a good dunk. If you went up for a slam dunk and came in midair and then threw it down, that's a 50.
I've never seen it.
Yeah.
No.
That's an NBA.
Like that is what you basically have to do now to like actually differentiate yourself is
Yeah.
like piss yourself.
Yeah, shit your
or-
pants.
Yeah.
But even something I saw, again, because it keeps popping up on my algorithms, what you were talking about, looking back on the nostalgic dunk contest and everything. I forget who it was. Who was it? Gerald Green, who had the cupcake on the top?
Yeah, he blew it out.
That's something very simple that is showmanship and creative, and you're not relying on, jumping over Kai Cenat, who's also live streaming on his phone. Like, just it's dumb. But Mac McClung winning it, yes, is a very bad look for the NBA. But that being said, he was the only person who could have won on Saturday, because if Jaylen Brown had won, it would have been a disgrace.
And then, yes, Sabrina versus Steph was
electric. It was awesome.
Steph's a really good shooter. Sabrina's a really good shooter.
Yes.
Yeah.
It could have gone poorly because it was only one round, and if one person had like an off round, it would have been a dud. But both were on, hitting everything. And it turned out where Steph, I think it was his very last shot that he needed to win, and he hit it and wound up winning the whole thing. So that is something I imagine, especially once Caitlin Clark comes into the WNBA, that's probably going to be elaborated upon.
We have a Caitlin Clark topic coming up, too. Because I think I've realized, and I guess I'm going to it now.
Oh, yeah.
I think I've realized that she occupies a space in sports that have previously been occupied by, I'm not saying she's as great as any of these guys, but it's previously been occupied by guys like Tom Brady, by LeBron James, by any number of people, when that her name comes up and people just go fucking crazy.
Yeah.
They just lose their fucking minds. They just say the dumbest shit. And the dumbest shit is what came out of Jay Williams' mouth this weekend when he said, "Oh my God, she's amazing, but I can't call her great yet because she hasn't won a championship." At what point in sports did championships make people fucking idiots? At what point did we decide, no matter how great an individual can be inside the framework of a team, no matter how many points, no matter how many assists, no matter how many rebounds, no matter how many everything they do, that if they don't win a championship, they can't be great? That's fucking bullshit. Of course you can be great on a team that doesn't win a title. She got Iowa to the national championship game. Was Larry Bird not great when he got Indiana State to the national title game? How many of these guys, was Shaquille O'Neal not great in college? Of course he was fucking great. He just didn't win a Final Four. Like, this idea that has poisoned sports talk, you can only be great if you won a championship. That's a team award. A championship is a team accomplishment. That means 12 guys in college basketball worked together and got that. One guy can't do it by himself. One girl can't do it by herself. It's absurd that Jay Williams would say, "I can't call her great because she hasn't won a title." That spits in the face of so many fucking incredible men's and women's players who have gotten there. Like, LeBron James is a great example for me. If anybody would have said, "I can't call him great till he wins a title," he won it in 2012. What he did in 2007, dragging the Cleveland Cavs, one of the worst rosters ever, to the NBA Finals, was fucking great. He was great at that time. And Caitlin Clark is great. She is great. And I don't understand this idea that that greatness only comes from team accomplishments. That's a lie.
Well, he also brought up in that rant Brianna Stewart because she won 4 at UConn.
Yeah.
But again, she's at UConn.
Yeah.
Which has been the biggest dynasty
Guess what?
in basketball.
They would have won those 4 without Brianna Stewart.
Yeah. So for Caitlin Clark to go to Iowa and lead them to prominence like she has, making it to the national championship last year, now every single game that Iowa plays, for the most part, is, I don't want to say must-watch television, but there's cameras following her nonstop. She's got her own broadcast.
She's the biggest star in college basketball.
Yeah, by far, on both sides, as we've talked about on this show.
But listen, her making people lose their minds is on both fucking sides. Like, people that try to claim she's overexposed, whatever, she's an incredible player. People that try to say that she's not great because she hasn't won a championship, that's stupid. But on the other side, Iowa fans are fucking idiots when it comes to her. Iowa fans, remember when the court storming at Ohio State and Caitlin Clark just absolutely went full drama queen mode and flopped and made the entire internet hate this person who was storming the court, who was slowly walking past her. She just threw her hands up, and the Iowa fans wanted that person arrested for assault. And if you said that Caitlin Clark flopped, they wanted you arrested for assault. Like, Caitlin Clark makes people lose their fucking minds, and it's one of the damnedest things in sports right now.
Well, I was curious based off of this quote from Jay Williams, because I watched it and I was still trying to get a pulse of it. When he's using the word great, is he talking about the adjective great or is he talking about like all-time great? I think both ways he's stupid for saying this.
Yeah.
Because even if he's talking about
I think
all-time
he's
great.
talking about the adjective great and the noun all-time great. I think he's all of it. I think it's all encompassing.
You can't lead
It also
basketball
puts
and scoring all time and not be an all-time
It also
great.
puts himself in the great category because he played for a Duke team that won a national championship, right? So
That's true.
I just feel like it's so reductivist to say this player can't be great because they didn't win a championship. Dan Marino was fucking great. He was incredible. He revolutionized quarterbacking in the National Football League. Jim Kelly was fucking great. I'm just trying to think of Barry Bonds was fucking great. Like, there's championships do not mean they are not the decider between greatness. You can use them to put legacies together, but if you make them the be-all, end-all of individual arguments, you're already lying. You're already, like, somebody would say, if somebody said Kobe is better than LeBron James because Kobe has 5 and LeBron has 4, maybe there are arguments that Kobe is better than LeBron James, but that's not one of them. It's just not, and that's stupid because it is so dependent on who your teammates are, who your opponent is, who all these things are. Caitlin Clark is fucking great, and Jay Williams, that was fucking stupid.
Especially in the college landscape where you are confined to a 4-year window. It's not like you have 15 years in a professional league to get a championship.
Yeah.
It was ridiculous what he was saying. So
Also, Caitlin, what's her name?
Caitlin Clark?
Caitlin Clark is now the all-time leading scorer in women's basketball history, right?
Mm-hmm.
She's 6th in assists all time.
Yes.
Like, that's pretty crazy, right? Like she's going to end up top 5 in both categories. She is a bucket and she gets buckets for her teammates. That is fucking greatness.
Mm-hmm.
All right. It just makes me mad. It's the Jeter argument. Substituting championships for individual greatness is crazy.
And it might reach that point if we're not already at that point with the Brady-Mahomes argument. Might.
So Mahomes, let's say Mahomes gets – Brady had 7, right?
Yes.
Let's say Mahomes gets 6, right? Just say – but there will be people who say, well, he didn't get 7, so he's not as good. That's stupid. You have to weigh other factors. You have to look at individual greatness on an individual basis. That's all.
You know who was great? Didn't win a lot of championships, but he won one.
Who?
Cal Ripken Jr.
Oh, yeah, Ebo wasn't here to discuss that.
I know. I leave for one day, and I'm a big Brandon Walker defender. I defend you. I support you. I think you're very talented and you're very good at what you do. But then I go on vacation, and then all of a sudden you want to blow up that whole thing. I have to defend you against like all my Orioles fans.
I'm sorry. Did I mess with your little vacation?
Yeah, like, those are my boys, man. I listen. I want to defend you, but I can't defend you when you say stuff like that.
People hear what they want to hear. When I say that record is overrated, what people hear is that record's not impressive, that record sucks, Cal Ripken Jr. is a bad person and a bad player. That's not what I said. I think when you weigh out the top 10, 20 records in Major League Baseball history, it's not in that group. He simply showed up to play every day, and that is admirable. It's awesome. It's difficult to do. It's a hell of a record, but it ain't the home runs record. It ain't the wins record. It ain't the saves record. It ain't the stolen base record. It ain't any of these accomplishments that are in between the white lines.
And I understand your perspective, and it's fine. It's fine. It's okay to feel that way.
I think it's ironic.
It's also not – listen, I'm with you that there's nothing wrong with taking a day off. There's nothing wrong with working hard and even taking maybe like 2 days in a row off if you want to, you know?
What about a whole week?
Shit, I mean, like sometimes you work so hard you need to take that week off.
In fairness to Ebo, and we're not talking about Ebo here. I just want to put that on the record. We're not talking about Ebo. But in fairness to Ebo, I think 4 days is not a full week.
Yeah. No.
Because technically, if there was somebody in this room who did take a vacation last week, it was not for the entire week because he was here Monday. But again, not talking about
I
Ebo.
think 4 days might even be shorter than the All-Star break. Like,
yeah. That's a very good point, Ebo.
Also,
Which
the
players
office
take
is
off all-
close.
I think it's ironic that the people defending or the people that are passionate about the Cal Ripken era are the same, or the record are the same people that will be like, well, this now we're in a participation trophy level of sports. Now we're in this era where everybody gets a participation trophy, when that record is literally just him participating. That's all it is. That is the participation trophy of records.
But also,
he showed up every day.
He was.
That's
good,
what it is.
He was
He was
good
very
enough
good.
to participate.
He was very good.
He was great,
He was
and that's
ve-
why he was allowed to participate.
He was very good for a long
Participation
time.
is a privilege.
He
that
was
Major
very,
League
very good for a long time. Maybe take 5 games off and be better at the end of the season. Maybe not be dead tired when you get to the end of the
Listen, I'm okay with it. I'm okay with your take. I think it's fine. I reached out to the family, the Ripken family. I apologize on our behalf.
That's not. You did not have the authority to do that.
Well, I did. I apologized to the Ripken family. I said we were sorry. Not of what you speak, and that it's all.
I guess
all
it was,
good.
I guess it was his son that quote tweeted it.
Yeah.
Ryan Ripken,
Mhm.
and then Jerry Hairston quote tweeted it. Doug Gottlieb.
Jerry Harrison go at you is pretty funny, actually.
Harrison Jr.
Did Timmy K go at you?
Did he?
I don't know.
I didn't see Kirkchen.
Oh.
Did he? He must have if you said it.
I'm just curious. I'm just like, he was in the Baltimore world. He's like a
No,
a Cal
I
guy.
didn't see Kirkchen go after.
Jerry Harrison's very funny.
Yeah.
For anybody who's confused, just for context, we posted that clip of Brandon talking about Cal Ripken, how it's an overrated record, the consecutive games. It has 1.6 million views on Twitter. It received 215 quote tweets, which for a while was more than how many likes it got, which is not good. And in total, 386 replies of people just shitting on Brandon.
Well, I want to ask this question
Most pushback we've ever gotten on a tweet, I would say.
because you can't go after Reggie Miller in Indiana. You can't go after Cal Ripken or the entire state of Maryland and Baltimore. Will just get crazy. You can't go after Tony Gwynn, which I will do later, in San Diego. You can't do any of these things. Who's the most?
Can I pause you really quick?
Who's the most beloved, passionate guy for one fan base?
Ooh, great question.
And I think I brought this up last week. We didn't really talk about it. Michael Jordan, I don't count because he supersedes Chicago, and the entire country will jump down your throat if.
Yeah.
But like Reggie Miller, you can shit on Reggie Miller if you're in Seattle, but if there are people in Indiana that are going to read it, they're coming after you.
In Oklahoma City, you are allowed to shit on Durant, but not Westbrook, I believe.
Really?
I believe they are.
Stayed longer.
That makes sense.
Yeah, and he had the MVP season when he was the last one standing.
Yeah.
That makes sense. So Harden's fair game.
Yeah, Harden,
First one
Durant, Ibaka, all fair game.
Okay, all right. Buffalo, I don't. Buffalo's a little bit like that with Josh Allen, although I think they let a little bit more go than like most.
Yeah, David Ortiz in Boston.
Lamar Jackson,
That's
Baltimore, also.
You think so?
I think Cal Ripken is all a lot. He doesn't supersede Maryland, but he does have a nostalgia to him, a '90s nostalgia stuck.
Yeah, he
stuck
has
to him.
the '80s, '90s baseball fan.
Where people between 45 and 60 and maybe a little older are more defensive about him because they remind him of a simpler time when you just had to go to work.
It wasn't really simpler back then. Just going to go ahead and tell you all that.
It's probably harder.
Yeah, it kind of sucked back then too.
TJ, is the chat saying anybody so far?
Breeze and Nola.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, Katrina and everything.
Well, you were is another guy. You were tell that Steve Gleason joke you told before the show. Tell the joke you said about Steve Gleason.
I don't
Ebo.
Is this a D's nuts joke? I'm not going to answer in fear that this could be a D's nuts joke. I pass.
I also don't know
I
what's
passed
going
the
on right
con.
here.
Okay. All right. What else we got? Are you comfortable now on the desk?
Yeah, I've been comfortable the whole time, but I also don't want the narrative going out there that I'm abandoning Ebo on the couch because I am a couch boy through and through.
Seems like
well, you left. You.
I mean, when you guys got here, I said, "Does anybody want to join me on the couch?" You sprung up, you jumped up and
You
ran
mean on
over
the desk?
here. On the desk, yeah.
Yeah.
I said, "Anybody want to be on the desk?" And you jumped up.
That's a lie, and you know
said,
it, Brandon.
And you turned around to Ebo. You said, "Fuck your couch."
No, I did not say that. I said
well, you cut out the last part that he said.
Yeah.
I did.
Yeah.
I said, are we sure about this? Because I didn't want that narrative being spread out there, but I also know it's a weird show where Mark isn't here and there's nobody
You
else in
already
the
had
office.
T-shirts made up that said "Fuck your couch."
No, I didn't. That would be a good T-shirt if we wanted to put that out. We'd have to censor it, but
No, I don't think we would sell that. I don't think we would sell that one.
yeah, a little bit of a. I don't know.
Well, Mincy fans will buy
Yeah.
it.
Wake Up Mincy merch.
We got to talk about this. Can you bring up the clip?
Yeah, we got to
Yeah.
talk about this.
Bring up the
Have you
clip
seen
of
this?
Mincy crowd surfing.
I wasn't gonna bring it up because
I don't like bringing up Mincy clips here because I hate him with every fiber of my being, and he's just a terrible person.
This was I almost went to this. I think, because he did offer.
Had you known if you could be in the crowd and reach up and grab his penis, would you have gone?
No, that would have sent me the out.
Now listen. He had been leading up to this. He had told people he was going to crowd surf. I'm just going to go ahead and say Brandon Walker doesn't crowd surf. I've never done it. Even I would know you don't go face down, right? At no point do you go face down. You're just making people grab your cock. You are making people grab your penis and balls.
It's had to hurt, right?
Yeah. Well, his ass crack is also showing on the opposite end.
Oh, there's a spin. That was an involuntary spin right there. People were going to die if they didn't catch him. Now,
Why are you wearing a beanie?
why is a lot of things? What's he scared of?
You would not get into a crowd and surf like that, Brandon. You'd be scared of that situation.
You think he's
No,
scared of the shadow?
You're not going to die. Even if they drop you, you're going to be fine. But the dick down move is crazy. There's just not a lot of things you
There's one thing you'd like to dick down.
All right, relax.
Pervert.
I didn't say it.
I know you didn't say it.
Okay.
I'm not holding that against you. That was out of one.
I don't know. You leave the couch. You,
Yeah,
that's
true.
the-
That's true. You
I
put
opened
yourself
myself
in-
up
you
to
lose the
shots.
safety,
Yeah.
yeah.
No, it's true, and that's I don't want that narrative out there that I abandoned the couch.
Now I speak for I speak for this show. Titus not here today, but I think he's gone ahead and said, Brandon, say whatever you want to say, and I co-sign it, and that's the show's viewpoint. So Ohio State beat Purdue yesterday, and mostly sports stance on this is going to be, who cares? Just another game. Doesn't really matter. Ohio State beats Purdue.
Season's already over.
Season's over pretty much. Like, what's the point?
They improved to 15-11
Yeah.
on the season. I mean,
Chris Holtman probably saved his job, though, right?
I would think so.
Yeah, I would have to think he saved his job.
Yeah.
I don't know. Yeah, they maybe this is something that sparks a run, but most likely not.
You know what?
Yeah. Okay. This is Connor Griffin signing off from the desk. It has been a pleasure, but I'm going to go to the couch now because I'm getting the notion from.
I think we all know that you're.
I don't belong. I belong on the couch.
You're a
on the
couch
show.
boy.
Yes. All right. Well, it's been a pleasure. Thank you, everybody.
You don't have to shut the show down, Connor. You just
Subscribe.
no, quietly put your things down and just go.
Comment for the algorithm.
Just go back to the count.
Are any of our teams going to make the tournament?
I
I think we're going to go 0 for 5.
Yeah.
mine is like on that probably 8 or 9 line right now.
When we saw them play in the Invitational, I'm like, oh, this team's going to win the national championship.
Yeah.
And now I think they could miss. Correct?
We could miss. We got 6 games left in the SEC. All 3 of our home games are tough. It's Ole Miss, Kentucky, and Carolina, but we have to sweep at home to have a chance. But South Carolina's also, I think they might be out right now. I'm not out of the tournament, but they might be out of gas. They might be
They might blow their
realizing.
load.
Yeah, the slipper has turned into a pumpkin.
Wait,
I
what?
think the cock went flaccid.
Let's see. I went to a hockey game Saturday.
Yeah. How was that?
It was. Why did your voice do that?
I don't know. It's just this is more of a friendly conversation, not a professional.
Yeah,
sports
I like
conversation.
this viewpoint a lot better.
Me too.
It was fun. I got to take the whole family. I just love hockey. I just like hockey. Like it's so fucking. Every game is close. Every game is good. Every game is exciting. Connor Bedard's unbelievable. He had the damnedest goal I've ever seen. It got taken off due to offsides. But I get home now. You know what I did all weekend other than go to that hockey game? I played NHL 24 on PlayStation 5.
Underrated sports game.
It's
It
really
does not get
fucking
as
good.
much love as it.
I
should
just
get.
I just keep playing it. That's all I'm doing. I call it shell, and I hopefully that
That'll catch
catches
on.
We'll see. But I've been playing that, and I'm just a hockey guy now.
I have not played the latest versions of NHL, but I always thought compared to Madden,
Yeah.
even compared to NCAA in a way, playing NHL was maybe the best out of all of them. I had the most fun playing that.
I'm going to give a hot take. I think every sport has one just great game that's always great no matter what. NBA 2K is always great. Even bad NBA 2Ks are great. Madden is fine. Madden is perfectly good for EA Sports and football. NHL is, of course, good, and MLB The Show is unbelievable.
Right.
So we've like settled into this reality now where you're going to get one great sports game per year for every sport, and that's what it is. But NHL is fantastic. Now, I took my boys. I took Tommy and the other two, and Big Cat gave me his 2 tickets. So I had 2 tickets in Big Cat seats and about 7 rows in front. I had 4 game time seats, and that's how I put together this trip. And by the middle of the third period, my sons, who didn't know what the Chicago Blackhawks were, who had never watched hockey, didn't know what hockey was, were just screaming the chants of "Let's go Blackhawks, let's go Hawks," all that shit. They were into it. Goal. Jason Dickinson scored with 1:52 left in the game. Crowd went wild. We went wild. It was incredible. Great stuff.
Not to get sappy here, but as a parent, is that like an emotional moment for you?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Seeing them get into shit. Yeah. That's fun.
Especially
That's
for
fun.
you, a sports game, event, whatever.
Well, that's the shit of being at Barstool. When I moved to New York, like I can't take my kids to Mississippi State games, which sucks.
True. Yeah.
So I have to replace that with something. And we never really took them to Wrigley. It was hot. It was like Wrigley's a little tight.
Didn't you go in August too?
We went in August. Yeah. It was hot. It was a little tight. It was just not. It wasn't great for us. And then this is so much better. And I haven't taken them to an NBA game yet, but I will soon.
Love it.
Anyway, I think NBA in-game experience is my least favorite.
I'd agree.
I think NFL.
They're always
I think NFL's the
music.
worst.
Yeah, actually, no. NFL's. I've been to one NFL game in person. I had no interest in going back to a game.
NFL's just kind of boring in person. The commercials last forever. NBA is not terrific. Depends on where you are. But I think hockey and MLB are 1-2, and I think hockey's 1.
I think at least with NFL, I've never thought that NFL tailgating is as good as college tailgating, but at least you still do get the tailgating aspect, whereas basketball, you're really just there for the game, and that's it.
Well, and that's fine. That's what I go for anyway. And plus, basketball's got one thing going for it. It's 2 hours. I mean, it's going to be 2 hours no matter what.
I don't know if I like it better or longer, though. If you're paying the money, would you prefer to just be there?
Kind of like knowing.
Okay, yeah.
Knowing what it's going to be. And baseball, nothing worse than going to a baseball game and an hour and 20 minutes in, it's the 8th inning and it's 1-0. You're like, fuck, is this what I'm going to see today?
Yeah.
But it's also fun to go to a baseball game and it's like 12-9 in the 6th, and you've been there 3 hours. Whatever. What else? TJ, you weigh 199 pounds?
Yeah.
Attaboy.
Thanks, guys.
Now, has your life drastically gotten worse?
I would say worse for like 2 months and then better since then.
So
I just got okay.
Oh, you good?
Yeah, I just got a West Point death text message.
Oh.
It's fine. Just a friend of mine's dad. Continue.
I was just going to ask TJ, where do we go from here? Like, is there...
I'm going to gain it all back.
Okay.
I'm going to try and get back to 300 pounds maybe by 4th of July.
So you did this all in 6 months?
5 months, yeah.
5
Or
months?
Since August, 25 weeks. A little under 6 months.
Yeah, no, I think you should do the yo-yo. You should go,
Yeah.
you should lose 100, gain 100, lose 100, gain 100.
Jonah Hill.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so you're in what Jonah Hill movie are you in right now? Is this War Dogs, Jonah Hill?
No,
he was
War Dogs will a little heftier. Maybe like This Is the End, Jonah Hill, or like 22 Jump Street. You're like 22
Jump Street.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Although, is he
Really
really
he's slimmed
skinny
down
right
for
now?
22.
He's also like canceled right now, so I would
That's also-
not.
Everybody's always canceled. What's he
Right.
canceled for?
He berated his girlfriend for taking
Oh.
pictures with guys while wearing a bathing suit. She's a surf instructor.
Oh, no. I remember those texts. That was fine, wasn't it? Who's
got a lot of
catch-
blow.
shit
wait,
out of
who's
her.
catching hell for talking to his wife right now?
Talking to who's
Talking
wife?
to their own wife?
Yeah. It's a streamer. It's a YouTube streamer, or it's a video game streamer that had a 30-second conversation with his wife on a cell phone.
Oh, Nick Merckx.
Sounds like a Nick Merckx.
Yeah, Nick. Yeah, it was just I think he was just basically joking that like he's like, I just want to play video games.
No, she was talking about,
Yeah.
I have a garden and I bought ladybugs, and he's like, okay, whatever. And then he gets off the phone. It's like, Jesus Christ. And the internet has decided he's the most abusive husband that ever lived, that he's a bad person. The internet fucking sucks.
Yeah, he gets heat for everything he says at this point.
Yeah, I think he's reached the point where he doesn't care.
No, yeah.
He doesn't give a
He
fuck.
has bazillions of dollars. But anyway,
Yeah.
thank you for acknowledging me, Brandon. I appreciate it.
No, for TJ, I'll go up.
I
TJ, I'll go up.
Yeah, for TJ, I'll go up. If we're doing the Roman Reigns thing, I'm always pointing down.
Also-
So for TJ, I'll go up.
The Rock is fully back on
Oh my god.
back on his bullshit, huh?
Oh my
This
god.
makes no
See,
sense.
y'all don't know, man. Y'all.
Not back on his
There's
bullshit.
nothing better than The Rock coming out and just telling you you're a piece of trailer park trash. We're back in 2003 Rock. We're back in 1998 Rock. The Rock as a bad guy is so much better than The Rock as a good guy. That motherfucker will tell everybody they're trash. Now, he is absolutely, it's just a setup. He's going to turn on Roman Reigns at WrestleMania. But it's still great.
So, to me, this is a lot like Daenerys Targaryen in Season 8 of Game of Thrones and how rushed the character development is here. Because just like a month ago, he was good guy, everybody loved him, and now I see him and he's posing with the bloodline and he's saying, what did he say?
Finally,
Yeah, The Rock is going
has come back
to the bloodline, was it?
the bloodline.
So, is it too rushed, though? Is the turn just this unexpected thing that they had to scrap together last minute?
Do me a favor. Never compare something as awesome as the fucking Rock turning heel to Daenerys Targaryen or any of that other bullshit on that show.
Brandon, you got to watch that show.
I'm not watching wizards and Wookiees and dragons. I'm not doing it, all right? I live in the real world where if you have a problem with somebody, you put on a pair of bright, shiny underwear and you fake fight them,
Okay.
okay? I'm
That's-
not doing that fantasy stuff.
Fake?
Who called what fake? I didn't call it.
Okay. Just I don't want it to be fake.
Nobody said anything
Okay.
about
Okay.
So anyway, back to the Rock and the bloodline and all the. Do you have any takes on that, or what exactly are you thinking?
I just told you what I think.
I didn't know if you wanted to elaborate more on the take.
The Rock is red herring right
Yeah.
now. The Rock is gonna be by the end of WrestleMania. He will be a good guy again. He will hold Cody Rhodes' hand up after turning on Roman Reigns in the Bloodline. Because if you watched closely, and there's a lot of nerd Twitter accounts that did this, they broke this down. When The Rock is speaking the other night, and he's talking to Cody Rhodes, and he's saying, I'm going to make sure at WrestleMania that you end up being the loser that you've always been. And when he says that, he actually turns and he's pointing at Roman Reigns. But you don't know that. And then he'll call somebody, he'll be like, you guys are nothing but cowardly losers. And he's always looking at the bloodline when he says an insult. So just be watching. That's all I'm saying.
Do they typically pepper in like hidden Easter eggs in their long?
Well, there's always
diatribe?
foreshadowing and whatnot. It's storytelling, just the same as Daenerys Targaryen when she went and hung out with the Ewoks.
Well, it's not the same.
Why not?
That's fake.
That's true.
That's fake.
That's fake. Did it ever bother you that and I didn't watch the show.
Yeah.
The entire show, all the storylines, it ended up with just that one guy as the king.
No, they did not bother me at all. 'Cause
You
I think
liked
it
him?
makes sense. I didn't. He wasn't a favorite of mine, but I think it makes sense for the story. I know Mark had different opinions, and I know the vast
So
majority.
it'd be
of the
like
internet
if
does.
wrestling just did all of this, and at the end, Spike Dudley was world champion.
Well, because I wasn't even necessarily tuning in to see like, oh, who's going to be on the throne, who's going to be king, or who's going to be queen. That wasn't what necessarily drew me to the show. So I wasn't that thrown off by it.
Now, would you say, if you had to say yourself, you're a nerd of, are you a Star Wars nerd or you're a Game of Thrones nerd?
Both, but Star Wars more so.
What percentage in the world, as Star Wars nerds go, you're in the top what percent?
Oh, I mean, dude, there are people who are way nerdier than I am.
Okay.
I'm probably 75th percentile, maybe 70. There are a lot of people who devote their entire lives.
Are
to
you
Star
higher
Wars.
in the Game of Thrones universe?
No.
What's season 7, episode 4 of Game of Thrones titled?
Spoils of War.
What's season 3, episode 6?
The Climb.
I think you're deeper into Game of Thrones.
That's
I think you're deeper into Game of Thrones.
no. That's just memory. That's just me getting bored
That's
one day at
you
work.
took time to memorize it though.
Because I was bored at work and I memorized a sporkle.
You
At an old job, not at this job, I want to say. I want that on the record.
Who has the record?
I have.
Which one of y'all is taking care of the record?
I have a question. Can we play the record? Does the record have songs on it?
No, it's not one of those records.
What?
Why not?
It's
Not
like
vinyl?
it's like a ledger. It's like a log.
That's where
But isn't that what a record is? It's a log of all your music?
That's not the worst idea I've ever heard. We should record and release an episode exclusively on vinyl.
yeah, the gonorrhea record. All the gonorrhea songs on there.
Hey, gonorrhea. Again, if you're just tuning in, Mark Titus not here today because of his fiery and rapidly growing gonorrhea. If you want to reach out to Mark, just reach out to his Twitter and tweet at him that you heard about his terrible gonorrhea and you wish him well as he tries to beat this incredible gonorrhea.
Is that so?
What?
You can beat gonorrhea?
You can beat anything, can't you?
Well, I wasn't sure if it was one of those ones where
It's always there, like
yeah,
herpes.
Yeah, it's with you for life.
I don't know. I think gonorrhea comes in. I think you can beat gonorrhea.
I'm gonna look that up.
What are you going to Google to look that up? I'd like to know that. Gonorrhea is one of those funnily spelled words.
He's on IGN right now looking up how to beat gonorrhea cheat code.
Up, down, down.
up, down, down.
Left, right.
I'm gonna type in gonorrhea permanent ?
Yeah.
And we'll see what happens.
Not press images.
If left untreated, gonorrhea and chlamydia can cause serious permanent damage, including infertility, informing your partners. Oh, this doesn't answer the
Now,
question at all.
is gonorrhea and chlamydia the same thing?
No.
Isn't gonorrhea?
Hugo, your first-
Gonorrhea is a clap, right?
Your first girlfriend's name was chlamydia?
Yeah.
Okay.
Different bacteria is what it says. They're caused by different bacteria.
Now, what's syphilis?
Oh, Revenge of the Sith? You don't want that, brother.
I don't want any of this. Okay.
I think that's the thing in Ice Age that the thing has.
Sid.
Syphilis.
Hideki Matsuyama shot a 62 yesterday. He won the Genesis, the Riviera. I have a take about the golf and all that. Are y'all ready for my take? So many times I tell you things that are overrated. I think these early season golf tournaments between about Pebble Beach and the Masters are really fucking underrated. It's February. There's not a lot of other sports going on. We just saw an abomination of an all-star game. It really goes to the waste management probably. Waste management all the way through the Masters. All these tournaments are on great courses like Riviera. You got Sawgrass coming up. I don't know when Bay Hill is. I think that's in the summer. Anyway, I think these are underrated tournaments. These are fun to watch. There's always like Xander Schauffele's always in the mix. Aaron Cantlay's always in the mix. Matsuyama wins at least 2 of these every single year. They're always good.
I like that.
It really sucks that we don't have the live guys there, because there's like a bunch of top 30 players in the world who just aren't playing in these tournaments. Which
John
really
Rahm.
sucks. Like, it's good for like the players making more money and everything to have like some sort of competition, but it does suck not having all the talent aggregated into
Do you
one
think
spot.
that will make the majors stand out even more as we go forward because they will be there?
Yeah, I mean maybe because that's the only place you can see
Yeah.
the two leagues come together. I mean, like you're not going to see John Rahm in any of these events that you're talking
Over
about.
the long haul, will the live guys suffer at all because the courses they play aren't up to the standards of the PGA, or are they? I don't know.
I think, and I don't know. This would be more for Rappaport or something, but I believe they cannot receive World Golf Ranking points or status because they don't play with a cut.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I mean, there's plenty of top 50 players in the world that are playing in live right now, and it sucks.
The Daytona 500 was yesterday, but they didn't actually have it. I think
It's today.
a couple of drivers showed up late and they canceled it. So they're doing it today. So my question is this: what's the best color scheme that was ever on a NASCAR? Is it Jeff Gordon? It's not Dale Earnhardt. That was just black. Is it? I like Rusty Wallace in the Miller Genuine Draft car, or the Miller. What car was he in? I don't know. He had a good one. Tony Stewart's was bad.
I kind of like Casey Kane when he was in the 9. And that's
You have to tell me the colors. I don't know.
it was just like a nice solid red. Like some of the simple ones that just kind of popped, like Casey Kane. I thought Tony Stewart in the 20 always just kind of popped.
That was
up.
orange, right? Jimmy Johnson was always interested in a blue.
Yeah, because he had like the Lowe's sponsorship.
Google TJ best NASCAR color schemes, and see what the images pop out.
I mean, the Intimidator is a classic look, but
So that's okay. Now we're getting somewhere. 50 greatest. Let's go all. Damn, that's
Anything
50.
with that-
That's 50. That's pretty
M&Ms.
fu-
anything with an M&M on it. I
That's
think
pretty
is a good
sick.
design.
All right. Go. Okay, genuine draft. Go straight to 1. All right. Mark Martin, Batman Justice League. I mean, that's pretty sick.
Yeah.
Who's that right there? Marvin the Martian. Okay, that's okay. Reese's. See, that's just
Reese's?
orange.
Nah,
That's,
Elvis.
That's
Got
just
Elvis on it.
Elvis Reese's.
Why is Elvis and Reese's on there? All right, continue. I like this.
Cream peanut butter cups.
That's pretty good.
Yep,
That looks pretty good.
strong.
Budweiser born on date. Huh. I'm not digging that one.
You don't like the brown?
That's just black.
I think these are more like
These are like
specialty ones. This I like.
Oh.
these are themed. Yeah. I was thinking more their normal ones. That's just a white car with red, right? What's going on there? Who's always in our hearts?
Plane crash.
Oh, well that sucks. That they died. All right, there's nothing.
The Viagra, what?
Indiana.
I do.
M&M.
The M&M, yeah.
The M&Ms are always
The M&Ms are strong.
they're always good.
Why is that?
I don't know. I think M&M with a colorful, right? Oh, the Lucky Charms ain't bad.
It's all of
That's just cereals. That's pretty good.
That's just Kellogg's or General
That's pretty fucking good. It's got Honey Nut Cheerios on the back left panel. It's got Trix. It's got Lucky Charms.
Cocoa Puffs.
And all of them on the hood there. That might be the best one.
Oh,
Oh yeah, the Kurt Busch Miller Lite car back in the day was kind of cool.
SpongeBob.
Just wearing khakis, creased up khakis. Never.
How often do you wear khakis, Brandon?
I can't remember the last time I wore some. How often do you wear khakis?
Maybe like 5-6 times a year.
Really?
Yeah.
That's it.
Y'all want to do khaki day? Let's do khaki day.
I wear khakis on Thursday. Not here.
Oh. Yeah, no, I'd be down for khaki day.
See Connor singing, Brandon?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, bring that up, please. We can play that. Yeah, I don't care if we can't. We're gonna play it.
Yeah, is there some type of is the music going to be copyrighted?
No,
or
you're
since it's
fine.
in, like, a public setting?
Were you angry in this?
No, I was very tuned up.
You were tuned up.
Yeah, I was tuned up.
There was a point where you like finished like a verse or a chorus, and
Almost
you
like-
like strutted off very
Yeah.
violently.
You almost had a growl to you at one point.
Yeah, well, I'll just say this up front. I don't know why this was clipped and put out
Yeah,
there.
Stilly's Clubhouse.
Yeah, I don't know why this
recording
is
Instagram stories.
I have no problem with it. It's not like I was like banging on the door to tell somebody to get it down. But I was tuned up on a Friday night at a bar, trying to look like an idiot because it's karaoke, and
Yeah.
I was like just trying to get the crowd involved and like be an idiot. So, yeah, this is it. 1,000 Miles, Vanessa Carlton.
What the fuck?
Like the strut off.
Yeah, why are you?
Violent.
Look at that.
Dramatic effect.
The sky.
Why are you trying to look so emotive right there?
Because I'm trying to put on a performance for the crowd to get them involved. It's the build-up. See? Yeah, see?
It's fun.
Now,
You have to
You
put
got
on a-
Scorsese.
karaoke is fun. You're my second favorite person in this video,
Who is it? Who's the first?
Cody.
Yeah, Cody. Cody's a hype man.
Cody is your biggest fan in this. I think Cody would go to war for you in this clip.
Yeah.
Cody is absolutely on the front lines.
And for anybody, first of all, yeah, you're right. Because
Is that your go-to karaoke song?
no. I try and switch it up. But the thing is,
Look at him. Look at Cody.
looks like he's hitting the whoa right there, the way you're doing that, TJ. for anybody who's like, oh, this is so cringe. Oh,
That's not. What's cringe about that?
Well, when it's out of context and you're looking
Even
at it.
so, that's not
No,
cringe. You're
fuck
having
that.
fun at a karaoke bar. Also, cringe is the dumbest word we use on the internet.
Yeah.
There's the amount of things that actually make somebody cringe and the amount of things people say are cringeworthy are way off.
But I agree with that. But in terms of go-to songs, I kind of try and find the niche where there are songs that everybody knows, but you kind of forget about. So when you hear them come on, it's like, oh my God, yes, I know every word.
What's your go-to karaoke song?
Typically it's What Dreams Are Made Of from the Lizzie McGuire movie. Because, and again, it's like a weird genre, but you get the hey now, and you get the crowd involved. It's just trying to get the crowd involved, whatever you could do. And again, I'm hammered when I'm doing these. I just
Ebo, your go-to karaoke song.
It doesn't play as much like up here or in New York when we go to karaoke bars, but I love doing Dixieland Delight.
yeah.
I love like when you can get
That'll
everyone
get a
doing-
bar going.
When you get a fuck Auburn.
Yeah.
They play that
At
at
LSU too, huh?
Yeah, they play that at like the country bar.
TJ, what's
Absolutely.
yours?
It was 1985 Bowling for Soup, but I think Dancing on My Own is making its way into
Yeah.
Now that
the
was
realm.
there was Springsteen,
Madonna.
Madonna.
Way
This is
before.
way before Nirvana. Okay.
Used to be U2 and Blondie.
This is when music was still on MTV?
Yes.
Mine's Bye 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 by NSYNC.
Yeah.
That's a banger.
Also Emotions by Mariah Carey. Those are
Do
my
you
hey.
do you remember the day the music died? Were
I
you
know
there
the
for that?
song. I wasn't around for the actual death of music.
Oh,
No,
okay.
no.
Remember when a video killed the radio star?
That was early. Yeah, that was early.
Who was saying goodbye to Ruby Tuesday?
Well, that's a restaurant that really fell off. They had a hell of a salad bar there for a while. Is there still Ruby Tuesdays around?
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah.
I know that not the same restaurant. TGI Fridays just randomly closed like 50 locations.
Yeah, I'm
the other
TGI
day
Bummer.
on like, a random like Thursday. They're like closed. Sorry.
Oh, Charlie's, TGI Fridays,
Oh.
Ruby Tuesday. These are all the same group that kind of the 90s. I guess they peaked and they've fallen off ever since.
TGI Fridays. We went every single Friday.
Yeah. Cup of dirt.
Yeah.
Cup of dirt.
It was great. It's a shame.
Cup of dirt.
Ruby Tuesday was good.
Yeah.
Starkville had a Ruby Tuesday.
Yeah.
I used to go all the time with my ugly girlfriend.
Oh.
And we would go and they had potato sticks on the salad bar, like those little canned potato sticks, and I would have a salad with a bunch of ranch, a bunch of bacon bits, and potato sticks over the whole thing. And I would always say, of course it's healthy, it's a salad, but it was so great. I loved it so much. I think that Ruby Tuesday still exists.
Yeah. I've seen a couple around.
Huh.
I do my best to try and stop in whenever I can to support. Because I want them to stick around.
All right, let's go to the silly sheet.
All right.
Yeah, I want to.
When
It's
you're-
President's Day.
Your family.
Do y'all want to tear the president?
What's the deal with President's Day? Is that what the new thing to do with the seat is?
Yeah, how in the loop were you with what was going on with
I would
Malasek?
see a clip here and there.
Okay.
But
his,
pretty out of the loop.
his last bit
Which
on
ocean were you on?
Had the Gulf of Mexico.
Mm-hmm. So you were in Cancun.
Playa del Carmen.
So you couldn't afford a Pacific vacation? Because Mark paid for it, right?
I mean, yeah. I didn't want him to
That's interesting.
spend your whole salary's worth on
Go to
vacation.
Zihuatanejo.
You couldn't afford, but whatever.
What did they do next? When Andy and Red, when Red finally gets down there, Red's 80 years old, and they hug on the beach. Andy's just scrubbing a boat. Did they? What?
I think I just assumed they go and open like a bubblegum shrimp or something.
Yes.
I don't know. I don't know what they do.
And always, how did Andy know that the hole on the end of the pipe would be big enough for him to get out of?
Yeah, he just crawls out of that sewer drain.
Yeah. How do you know that hole at the end of the pipe was going to be big? I know the pipe was big enough for him, but what if it had like a cover on it or something? I don't know. What if it had what if there was a problem at the end of the pipe? Does he crawl backwards?
Poop death.
Is I'm trying to imagine like America's Most Wanted going after Andy Dufresne.
Also, and I think this has been covered on the rewatchables, but when he does get inside the pipe, what we see from like 30 yards, and then we look back and he had about 30 yards of pipe. He could have he went in too early.
Oh.
Nothing? Okay.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not that deep.
Yeah.
Not
All right.
that deep.
Let's see.
Are we doing presidents or no?
Do y'all want to hear presidents? You said you didn't want to hear it because you didn't even want to discuss Obama. You just wanted
Oh, do we have the names of them?
yeah, this is a problem.
When
Yeah. Okay, so tier them based off of
Okay, what do
how
you want
much
to tear them off
know
of?
them.
Let's tear them based off of. How about just what you fuck?
Okay.
Fuckability.
Fuckability. Presidents by fuckability.
Okay.
Well, I mean, obviously Obama's way high on
Yeah.
this one.
JFK.
Would you fuck Bill Clinton because of the possible flaming gonorrhea that he almost certainly has?
He does have a saxophone.
I wouldn't fuck Bill Clinton with Hillary's dick.
That was good.
Okay. Let's see. Who's good look? Because a lot of these guys aren't that fuckable, to be honest.
Reagan was an actor.
Yeah.
Just
Yeah,
You
Reagan and Kennedy are the most fuckable, right?
probably.
Oh, Kennedy.
Yeah, that's it. That's
why
it.
That's why I said JFK.
Kennedy's very fuckable. I gotta tell you, I think younger Bush is fuckable. I think he's a good looking guy as far as presidents go.
Where is?
Let maybe put him on the A tier.
I got a hard F.
What?
Martin Van Buren. Get out.
No. Yeah, let's go from the bottom up.
Because we also have to get some more dated people in the top half.
I don't know. Is that a good pick of Teddy Roosevelt? I feel like Teddy Roosevelt was kind of a stud.
All right, I'm just gonna say it. I don't want to fuck a guy in a wheelchair, so let's put Franklin at the F tier.
Okay.
I would not fuck a man in a wheelchair. I'll just be honest.
Where is he?
He's bottom, right beside Trump,
Here?
to the right of Trump. Yeah. All right, which it does bring us to this discussion. How TJ, how bad do you want to have sex with Donald Trump?
Me?
Yeah.
Personally?
Yeah. It would be the best sex.
I have the best sex. Did you see he was at SneakerCon in Philly this weekend?
Wait, was he?
the gold sneakers.
Trump dropped $400 gold Trump sneakers.
Oh, yeah.
They're going for $3,000 a pop, right?
And went to SneakerCon Philly to promote them, I guess. And they are some insane. They're patent leather gold shoes with a gigantic T on the sides and American flag piping.
I'm not gonna lie, I'd wear the fuck out of them.
Jonathan Isaac's gonna wear those out.
Yeah. Is any NBA? Is Myers Leonard, is he still in the league?
I don't think so.
All right, let's stay committed to this.
There's the Trump kicks.
Yeah, those are.
I'd wear those.
Those are nice. Those are nice.
I think he should have to wear them. He should be forced to wear these regularly.
Dude, if he were to win,
It looks-
gets inaugurated.
It looks like you can hoop in them.
Yeah. I mean, they're
Like, look
they're
at the
Jordan
inside
1, like,
sole you can
silhouettes,
kind of
yeah.
turn on.
They're Jordan 1 outsoles.
Yeah.
Trump.
Okay, so just start dumping just the really old black and white guys into the C and D tier.
Well, it's only white guys left, Brandon.
Fact.
I'm gonna say Trump's not that fuckable. I don't think he'd be a Tinder lover. You'd fuck Abe Lincoln, huh?
I think Lincoln's a good
6'7", right?
Okay. Yeah. I think Nixon's a decent looking guy.
Gerald Ford is like he was.
Oh, Clinton's got to be high because he'd do it. He'd be down. He'd be down to fuck.
Yeah.
Where is he?
Clinton is right there. Yeah.
I don't like this.
Why not?
No, not this. I don't like that we had like colorful paintings for a long time of presidents, and then they were like, "Let's do black and white photos," and there's no colorful painting.
All right,
guys here for their.
Let's have the George Washington conversation.
Yeah.
Overrated.
Wooden teeth,
Wooden teeth, right?
but all right. Put young older Bush like D. He's not very fuckable. To your right. That's not him at all. Okay. Down.
This is Harry Truman, so you already got that wrong.
That's Harry Truman? No, that's Roosevelt, isn't it?
I don't know. My mom just texted me.
We're running into submissions.
Damn it. Okay, so that's
Who's the guy with
if
the?
that's Truman. No, that's Franklin Delano Roosevelt. What's she talking about?
I don't know.
Just start pumping everybody else into B and C.
Franklin Pierce.
Yes.
Go on.
If we wanted to get a black and white picture more up towards the SAB whatever, I think Franklin Pierce is one of the younger ones.
Is he the guy next to Nixon?
Yeah.
That guy.
That's
hot.
Franklin Pierce.
That guy's hot.
Yeah.
Not him.
No.
Not him. This guy.
Yeah.
This guy. Yeah.
Yeah, where you're.
Right beside Nixon.
Yeah,
There you
that
go.
guy.
There you go. That's him.
Yeah.
That's Franklin Pierce.
Oh,
That guy's a
that guy's
dirtbag.
pussy.
Yeah.
And then
Put Pierce.
Hey.
I think you might have to put Pierce in the S tier.
mm,
Just dump them all, and then we'll have a graphic.
I know it's not a prerequisite.
Oh,
But
that guy, whoever that is F. Yeah, he's
That's
F.
John Adams.
Okay, sure.
Oh, Grant. Is Grant fuckable?
He might have been a freak. He might have been on his freak shit. All right, we'll put this out and I'll tag Andrew Tate in it or something.
Wish we had a soundtrack to this as we're doing it. Hey, gonorrhea. All right.
that was good.
Finish it however you want to finish it and just put it out. I think we've got the correct
The
tier so
gist,
far.
yeah.
The foundation's there.
Silly stuff. Let's see. Mark Zuckerberg goes viral for awkward walkout at UFC 298. I'm kind of over the trend of look at this famous celebrity who's famous for not being on camera, and look how he's just standing there. Look at him.
Yeah.
That's okay. He didn't do anything, right?
And we know he's an awkward guy to begin with. So,
He's a trillionaire.
which it begs the question.
What question does it beg?
Obviously, he has unlimited money, but he spent the larger part of the last decade in court cases, right?
I don't know.
Well, I just see all the time how he's in court, trying to defend Facebook and obviously the data sharing and whether or not it's ethical and all this type of stuff. He's had to spend a lot of time after he invented it, defending it, going into trials, being questioned by, all these. I don't know. I don't know if I would like that. If I would take all that unlimited money to have to deal with all of this in the aftermath.
I think I would.
Okay.
I would take unlimited money and then deal with whatever came out of it.
I think there was a point where he was being questioned by the Supreme Court, something like that. Just crazy.
Y'all want to go ahead and just get canceled and roast the NYPD dance team?
I have not seen this video, but
You've not seen it?
I saw people talking about it, but I have not seen the video.
You say get canceled?
Wow.
I am
the
torn.
Things I think about it might get me canceled.
I am torn between loving it and hating it.
Here's my thing.
Okay, they're dancing.
Uh-huh.
I'll give you a sample of the song they were using because it is a heater.
Oh, okay. Yep, that is a heater.
Here's my thing. They practice
Wait, so
3 hours a week. It's the NYPD dance team. They can't dance.
I don't see anything wrong
I
with
don't.
this.
Well,
They can't dance.
The two girls on the end couldn't do the main move.
Why are they in the group? They can't dance.
It probably is more of just like a club thing they do outside of work.
Yeah.
And they want to stay active, living in New York.
So why do they get called the official NYPD dance team?
Because they're probably not the actual NY. They probably just do it for fun. And they're all in the NYPD.
It's not like they're fucking up or anything. They're very coordinated in what they're
Not
doing.
really. They're kind of they weren't very together there.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think if there is
Appreciate the art of dance one fucking time.
I think the art of dance would suggest that anybody can dance and that it's up to the
You know what?
There's a small town that you should visit, actually.
I actually, Connor, I hope you dance.
I do dance.
No.
Confirmed.
Where does that rank?
Yeah.
I hope you dance.
Mm-hmm.
It's the goofiest fucking. There was a 3-year stretch there where they just came out with the goofiest. They tried to make songs based on memes and and kitten posters.
I need you to do a full. Maybe we do a video of you revealing your full top 100 country songs of all time.
I can't do all time because I wasn't a country fan before like 1994. So I could do 90s. Also, we need to do a clip for football today. I need to do my top 10 NCAA football teams I'm most excited to play with this year. I need to do that.
All right, let's do it.
Not right now. I don't have it ready.
Okay.
You were very list happy this weekend with all your top 10s.
I get bored. I just start listing things.
Yeah.
Well, no, that's when Twitter blue check needs to hit.
Yeah. Also, I do list. Titus got gonorrhea. So who wins?
Fair point.
We should also do your top 10 cover athletes who could have been.
Yes. Let's do that. We'll do that one too. Did we already do that?
I don't know.
Didn't you guys do players that you wish you could have played with?
Yeah. Let's do cover athletes.
Here's the thing: is with the internet, is you can rehash anything whenever you want. Like Twitter has just turned into like
I did the
engagement
straight
farming
list.
accounts.
Yeah.
That just like rehash old
Remember
viral
when
videos.
Threads was a thing for 5 seconds, and
Yeah.
everybody was just doing like arguments from 10 years ago on Threads to try and build
Yeah.
Threads followers.
Connor, I want you to walk over here.
Mm-hmm.
I want you to shut the show down as Mark, but then you got to go right back to do That's How Ball Is Done.
I like that.
So you have to shut it down and then go do Ball Is Done.
Okay.
Okay.
BRB.
We knew where you were going. You didn't have to say that.
For the podcast.
All right, Brandon. We got anything else today? We
I
good?
think that's about it.
All right. Yeah, we'll shut her down. Thanks for watching. If you are at home, feel free to subscribe. And obviously follow us on all socials at Mostly Sports Show, except for Twitter, where we're at Mostly Sports.
Yep.
But that's going to do it for us. So, Brandon, thank you. Great
right.
show.
Thanks.
And we'll see you guys tomorrow.
See ya.
That's how ball is done.
Jesus Christ.
family, 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 family.